Please state your name for the record.
Suzanne Cavanaugh.
And can you spell your first and last name, please?
Suzanne-Cavanaugh.
And can you pull that mic up a little bit or scoot up a little bit?
Oh, sure.
Try to keep your voice up so everyone can hear you.
Okay.
Where do you live, ma'am?
I live in Columbus, Ohio.
And how long have you lived in Columbus?
I moved back in 2018.
Did you live in Columbus before?
I did. I originally lived here in 1986 when I came for college.
And where'd you go to school?
Ohio State.
And what'd you study there?
Criminal justice.
Did you graduate from Ohio State?
I did.
And then did you stay in the Columbus area after graduation?
I did for a while, and then I moved back home to Baltimore and came back here. I've moved a couple of times back and forth across the country. I have family all over, so I've moved to be near family several times.
What years was it that you were at Ohio State?
I started in 1986. I left in 89, went back in 91, and graduated in 93.
During your time at Ohio State, did you know somebody named Emily Noble?
I did.
And where did you meet her?
We met, oh my goodness, we met at a party the week I moved here. Ohio State is known for having giant, we call them yard parties, front yard, backyard, full of people, and I met her at one of those.
And did you guys hang out in college?
We would see each other when we were out, but we weren't particularly in each other's friends' circle. We'd see each other at shows or at parties or things of that nature, but I knew who she was, and we had a lot of mutual friends, but we connected later.
Did you stay in touch after college?
We didn't, no.
And when did you reconnect with Emily?
We reconnected in 2016.
And can you talk to us about how that happened?
I'm sorry?
Can you talk to us about how did you reconnect with her in 2016?
I was in a car accident and my car was totaled. So I put a post on Facebook. This was before GoFundMe was really a thing. And just put it out there to all of my friends. If anyone out of the kindness of their heart would like to help me purchase a new car, please send me a message. I'll give you my address.
So let me back you up for a minute. So I asked you if you stayed in contact with Emily after college.
I did. I'd run into her occasionally. We had a lot of mutual friends, and so I'd see her and we would say hi and exchange conversations, but it wasn't a matter of I went to her home, she went to my home. We just knew one another.
And were you Facebook friends?
I believe we were, yes.
Okay. So not somebody that you were seeing in person, but you did have mutual friends and were friends on Facebook. I'll make sure I understand.
Yes, and I would see her out at time to time. Like, for example, if I'd go to a concert, I'd see her with her group of friends and my group of friends, and we'd get together. We both frequented a local bar called Dick's Den, and we would see each other there quite a bit.
Okay. So after you placed that message on Facebook, what happened?
Within an hour, I received a private message from Emily, send me your address, I'd like to help. And I just seemed kind of out of nowhere, but was most appreciated.
Okay. What happened as a result of that?
That's when we reconnected and really became friends. We began speaking. I was able to purchase a car. Several other friends reached out to help, so I was able to purchase a car. And a couple of months later, I sent a note to Emily and said, you know, your generosity was so unexpected and really appreciated, and I would like to repay the favor. So I invited her out on what we used to refer to as a girlfriend date.
Okay. And do you remember where you went?
I do. We went to the Palace Theater to see The Price is Right live, which was as absurd as it sounds.
And do you remember roughly when that was?
I believe that was in late January or early February, maybe, of 2017. I remember it was very cold.
After reconnecting, going to The Price is Right Live, did you begin to see Emily more or less or the same? Or?
We were pretty much connected at the hip. Like, that was a moment where we just realized this is a really good friend. This is someone I have a lot in common with. And we just were Lucy and Ethel. It was almost like from that point on, we were best friends.
In 2017, early 2017, were you aware of somebody named Matt Moore?
I knew that she was communicating with someone named Matt. I don't think I knew his full name at the time, but I knew that she was communicating with him.
But at that time in 2017, was she single or married or something else?
She was single, very single.
Did you... Well, let's talk about, from 2017 on, how long did you live in Ohio from that time when you really reconnected with Emily?
I lived here, I moved in April of 2018 to Northern California, and I made it exactly 100 days. And then I moved back here in August of 2018, where I currently reside.
Okay. So that time between early
It's going to break in here. We'll have more live testimony out of the state of Ohio. Stick with us.
Emily Noble reported missing.
Emily's husband was arrested.
Her body was staged to appear as though it was a suicide. That was absolutely not the case.
The staged suicide murder trial. Live coverage today on Court TV.
Testimony underway this morning in Ohio for the staged suicide murder trial. Defendant Mathew Moore accused of murdering his wife of 2 years, Emily Noble, just after her 52nd birthday back in May of 2020. Noble's body was found 4 months after she was reported missing in a wooded area near the couple's home, but prosecutors say the crime scene appeared to be a staged fake suicide. Right now, a friend of Emily Noble's is testifying. Her name is Suzanne Kavanaugh, telling the jury about her relationship with the deceased and the defendant.
Rock show at a local bar.
Okay. It was just the three of you that went together?
Yes.
And what, if anything, did you observe during that time the three of you were together?
Matt was already intoxicated when they got to my house. I wanted to drive because I felt uncomfortable with his state, and he was adamant that he drive. So I got in the back seat and thought, okay, I can always Uber home if I need to.
And were the three of you together then at the concert?
Yes.
And what, if anything, did you observe about the way Matt and Emily were interacting at that time?
He was never more than 2 feet away from her and would hold her very closely, not my arm around you, your arm around me. It was very, I'm holding you close. And it felt very... Objection as to how it felt. Relevance.
Well, she hadn't answered that yet. So it felt very. So that's the next question.
What did you observe about the way that Emily was acting?
Nothing out of the ordinary, but she was never far from Matt.
Was that the same or different than how you had seen Emily act in the past?
Objection is to relevance.
This is in 19.
18 or 19, yeah, she's not.
18 or 19?
After the
Sustain that.
marriage. Any other times you saw interactions between Matt and Emily?
I was invited to dinner at the condo that they were preparing, and they invited me to dinner.
And that, when you say the condo, where is that located?
At Abbey Cross. I'm sorry, yes, the condo, Emily's condo.
And so that time when you went over to the condo, who was living there?
Matt and Emily and Matt's son, Joey.
And what, if anything, did you note about the interactions between Matt and Emily that time?
It felt tense when I arrived.
Can you describe that for us?
Just the way you can read a room or take the temperature of a room when you walk in, it felt tense.
Did you see Matt that evening?
I did.
And anything that stood out to you about the way he was acting?
He was drinking vodka straight from the bottle.
Is that the last time that you remember being with Emily and Matt together?
Yes.
Did your relationship with Emily begin to deteriorate or change?
Most definitely, yes.
And can you tell us how that started?
I had expressed reservations to Emily prior to my leaving and returning from California. I was aware that they had previously dated and that he ghosted her.
Sustain. Next question.
I was trying to understand what part of that was.
Just ask the question again.
What caused the beginning of the deterioration with your relationship with Emily?
I had concerns about Matt.
And did you communicate those to Emily?
I did.
And were those concerns based on these observations that you've talked about, or something else?
Objection is deleted.
Overruled.
Do I answer?
You can answer.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question, please?
The reservations that you had about Matt that you expressed to Emily,
Yes.
what was the basis of that?
The fact that he'd already broken up with her before, and I knew she was upset about that. We had several discussions about their prior relationship. And I always felt as though, and I still,
Objection is to how she felt. It's not relevant.
And we don't even know what.
Rephrase your question. You can continue on and ask the question again.
You're talking about discussions that you had during that time period when you first reconnected with Emily.
correct, yes.
And so at that time, Matt was not around. He was not in the picture.
No, I didn't know him. It was just a general conversation about never going back to an ex. They're an ex for a reason.
Okay. And so you had expressed some reservations to Emily while you were in California.
While I was in California, I was not aware that they had reconnected.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we understand. So then, when were these reservations that you were expressing to Emily?
2017, I remember a conversation.
So prior to them getting back together?
As far as I am aware, yes.
Okay. Now, I understand that part. Now I want to talk about your conversations with Emily after they're married.
Okay.
Okay. And did you have other conversations with Emily about Matt?
Yes.
And what kinds of things did you express to her at that time?
Objection, Mr. Relevance.
I don't know what the answer is. I'm not sure I can answer that question. We'll hear what she has to say at this point.
We had discussed both her relationship with Matt as well as her relationship with Joey, because they were both living with her. And Emily and I both lived alone prior to Matt and his son moving in with her. And just the transition of having two men living in her house was a lot for her. We discussed that.
You talked about some of the things you noted about their interactions together.
Yes.
Matt and Emily.
Yes.
Did you ever?
All right, we need to break top of the hour. Joey, by the way, is the stepson of Matt Moore, living all together with Emily at the time. What do you think of this witness? We'll have more of her when we return. I want to thank Michelle Thomas for her time this morning. Back with more right after this. This is Court TV, your front row seat to justice.
Based on the scene, based on the injuries, based on his opinion, this was a staged suicide.
She went to nature, the evidence will show, to find peace. As Emily's found, her right hand is gripping her ankle.
And do you remember where you saw that photo? Like who had posted it?
Well, I think Matt posted it to Emily's Facebook page because I saw it on Emily's Facebook page.
You didn't know that she had suffered from depression and had been diagnosed with depression?
No.
Top of the hour, Court TV is bringing you the staged suicide murder trial out of the state of Ohio. The defendant, Mathew Moore, is accused of killing his wife, Emily Noble, and staging it to look like a suicide. Mathew Moore denies this. Emily's body was found 4 months after she went missing. It was found less than half a mile from her home. The jurors heard in opening statements yesterday that suicide had impacted the Noble's life in the years before her death. Her first husband and her stepson both died by suicide. On the stand now is one of Emily's friends, Suzanne Kavanaugh. She is still on direct examination. Let's go back into court.
Do you recall when the last time you saw Emily was?
The last time I saw Emily, I believe it was late winter, early spring of 2019. Late winter 2018, early 2019.
I had one moment. So early spring 2019?
Yes.
Is when you thought that might have been?
Yes.
Okay. Did you observe anything about Emily on that date, the last time you saw her?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
I observed bruises on her arms.
Without going into the conversation, based on observing bruises, did you ask Emily about it?
I did.
And could you describe for the jury her emotional state based on what you asked her about the bruises?
I'm not sure I understand your question. I'm sorry.
So I'm not asking you what was said. I'm asking you just to describe emotions, demeanor, if you can.
Very defensive. Our conversation became very heated.
And again, without going into what was said, how did the conversation end?
The conversation ended with Emily leaving.
Okay.
Very upset. I was very upset. And it felt like the end of our friendship.
After the last time that you saw her in person, did you have any further communication with Emily?
The last time that we spoke directly, not via text or private message, the last time that we spoke over the phone, she called regarding Joey.
And again, without getting into the details of the conversation, what was the general topic you said about Joey?
Joey had died, and
do you remember the time frame of when that conversation occurred?
July, I believe it was 4th of July, actually. And I assumed she was calling to wish me 4th of July. Happy 4th of July.
Do you remember what year that was?
2019.
July of 2019?
Mm-hmm.
And was that the last time that you had a verbal conversation with Emily? No. One moment, please. I have no further questions this time. Thank you.
Cross, please.
One moment, Your Honor.
Certainly.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sue, Diane Menasci on behalf of Matt Moore. Got some follow-up questions for you. I want to really make sure of the dates here. The call when Emily called you to let you know that Joey had killed himself was 4th of July, as you remember, of 2020?
No, 2019.
2019. So 2019, and then before that testimony, you had talked about the prosecutor asked you when was the last time you saw Emily. And I want to make sure that I've got the date right. So you said late winter of 2019 or early spring of 2019. Is that right?
No, it was spring of 2019.
Okay, spring of 2019.
Well, late February, March, April, around I would say probably February of 2019.
And I wanted to give you a chance to really pinpoint it. February of 2019 is the last time you see Emily in person. Is that right?
Yes.
And then July of 2019, you remember, based on your testimony, sometime around the 4th of July, she called you and let you know that Joey had killed himself.
That Joey was dead.
Oh, but she didn't tell you, did she tell you how he was dead?
No.
Okay. She didn't share that information with you?
She did not.
And that was the last time you spoke with Emily?
Correct.
And it is, what's today's date?
August 7th.
2022,
Correct.
obviously. And you're aware that she went missing on May 25th of 2020.
Correct.
I want to go back then about the 3 times that you saw Matt and Emily together, now that we kind of have that bookend at the end. You saw them the first time at the pool in the complex, is that right?
Yes.
And you noted that they weren't that touchy-feely. I think that's what I wrote down.
Correct.
And, I mean, you guys were at a pool
Yes.
swimming? And then the next time you went to a rock show at a local bar.
Yes.
And I presume at the rock show, it was like a concert with a bunch of people there?
It was at a bar, a music venue.
And you were drinking?
Yes.
And then the last time you mentioned was when you had dinner over at their house.
Yes.
And I want to make sure it falls in the timeline because you indicated that Joey was there when you went to have dinner.
No, I did not indicate that.
No. So, okay. So it was just you and Matt and Emily?
Correct.
Joey was not there?
Correct.
And when's the date of that dinner?
I don't recall specifically the date.
But it had
After
to
they
be-
were married.
And it had to be sometime before the last time you saw Emily, which was February of 2019.
Obviously, yes.
Yes. So sometime before February of 2019 was the last time you saw Matt Moore with Emily.
Correct.
Nothing further.
Can we approach your honor one?
You want this on the record?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cross-examination finished up, and they went to sidebar. We'll get a break, get you back into the courtroom right after this. Stay with us.